Hey guys, welcome to Rack and Rock Chronicles, a standard YouTube channel. And I apologize, we've been real behind on doing some videos for you guys. But we finally have 90% of the rack rig built, transformed if you will. So as you can see over my right shoulder here, you can see the front. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, this is going to be a two-part video, so bear with us. But the very first thing that was recently installed was the Rough Country suspension. So Rough Country makes great suspension systems for numerous vehicles. Dodge, Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Jeep, you name it, they pretty much have just about any part you can think of. So we ended up going with a 3-inch Series 2 lift for the 2016 Super Duty, and it comes with everything you need. Basically, the difference between the Series 1 and the Series 2 is the Series 2 comes with the front coil springs. The Series 1 does not, just comes with spacers for your stock springs. So as you'll see here in the next portion of the video, you'll see the shocks, you'll see the springs, the radius arm drop brackets. They just did a phenomenal job with all the parts on this kit. Originally, we were going to install it. We have enough friends. We've all built vehicles at certain points. We also have some very good friends that own shops. So the lift in particularly, we actually took down to Coast Tire in Scranton. They are a local chain garage that does tires and mechanical work, all that stuff. So I wanted to give those guys a big shout out, Vic and the guys down at Coast in downtown Scranton. They helped us out in a pinch, basically with hunting season's in. Keith and I leaving for Illinois here in a couple days. We just didn't have enough time ourselves to install it. So took it down there, they helped us out and got it installed for us, had it done in a day. Obviously they're a busy shop, so it wasn't the first thing on the priority list for them. So we greatly appreciate the help. But in the instruction manual, it does tell you it will take somewhere between 6 to 8 hours to install it. Which, if you're not familiar with vehicles, it may take you that long. If you're doing it non-stop, you could probably get it on the closer end to that 6 hours. As you'll see, there's not a lot that has to be done, but it has to be done correctly. So in the kit, you get your front and rear shocks. We chose the N3 version, which is Rough Country's shock. The only thing that the kit doesn't come with, and it's not something that has to be there, but obviously I live in the Northeast. That truck travels year-round in dirt, mud, snow, you name it. So the only thing that the kit does not come with is shock boots. So I would recommend, when you're ordering your kit, order the shock boots, and they make numerous colors. That's the only thing left we have to put onto the truck. We did not have them in time for those guys to put them on when they did the lift. So when we get back from Illinois, we'll get them put back on. But we chose red, as our BMF wheels have the red accent in them. The Rough Country sticker that was chosen is red, and which is on the back cap window. Originally it was going to go on the windshield, but because we have named the truck the Rack Rig, we're actually going to get a logo made up that says Rack Rig for the front windshield. So you have your front shocks. You've got your 2 front coil springs. You have your leaf blocks, U-bolts for your leafs, a track bar drop bracket, and your radius arm drop brackets. That's everything that comes in the kit. If you go any higher than 3 inches, which, we didn't need anything ginormous. This is not a show truck. So 3-inch got us the ground clearance we needed. And but if you do go higher than 3 inches, I would recommend looking. They make a carrier bearing drop bracket for F-250s with 2-piece drive shafts. So my truck does have 2-piece drive shaft, but because we did not go over the 3-inch mark, the angles didn't change enough to make the driveline vibrate. But if you go higher than that, you may have some angle issues with the drive shaft and you will get vibration. And that's the last thing you want to do is break a drive shaft. So I think that part is like $44 or something. It's basically a spacer. You'll see on the drive shaft there's a strap that's already there holding the drive shaft up. Basically all you're going to do is take those down and put that spacer in it, and then install the new bolts that come with it. So we did not need it. But again, if you are going over that 3 inches, I would recommend definitely looking at that piece. So the springs are a powder coated silver. The shocks are silver, so they look great on the truck. All of the drop brackets and the block in the rear are black, so it matches. Most people, unless you crawled under there, would just think it's stock. And literally, you don't have to do it in a shop. Obviously, things are much easier when it's on a lift, but you can do this in a garage that you can then get it back out of. And as you can see, looking at my truck currently, my garage door is fully opened, and the truck doesn't come anywhere near fitting before it had a lift, and now it definitely doesn't fit with the lift on it. So, but drivability has been great. There's been no differences. Steering, everything is the same. It does extend the brake lines a little bit, so that may be another thing that you want to look at, is doing some front and rear brake line extensions. We did not. The guys at Coast actually made a custom bracket to lower our brake line, so that we don't have to worry about it popping if the truck articulates at all. And again, we're not off-roading, wheeling with the truck. The only time we're off-road is if we're going out to drag out a deer or something, that we have to drive through a field. So minimal articulation. I'm not too worried about those brake lines popping. But on the road drivability has been awesome. I can't, say enough good things about rough country. I've had numerous lifted vehicles through my lifetime, and with the exception of one, a rough country has been every suspension system I've put on my truck. So the last one before the 250, I actually had a Tundra about 3 years ago that we did a 3-inch kit on, and it was awesome. So this has really turned out good. We actually did get a little bit of rubbing on the BFG tires originally before the lift went on, because I had the wheels and tires on the truck before the lift was on. So if I cut real hard to the left or right, I was getting rubbing on my rear front fenders. So with the lift now, I have plenty of clearance with those 35s. And other than that, guys, check out Rough Country. Like I said, they have all kinds of accessories besides suspensions. One of the things we're probably going to order now is the fender flares, because we are kicking a lot of rocks up. The tires don't stick out all that far, but it's just enough that it's throwing mud and rocks down the side of the truck, and obviously I don't want to scratch the paint with rocks. That makes it a little bit harder of a fix than just buffing out a little scratch from a tree or something. So but check them out. They got floor mats, bed liners, tonneau covers, seat covers, all kinds of stuff. So Rough Country, again, thank you for working with us and being part of the show as well. So guys, check out the next portion of the video here. You're going to see everything lined up. I'm going to take you for a quick walk outside just so you can kind of see what it looks like now that it's lifted and level, instead of having that big rake that it always happens from the factory. So this is what we're looking at now. Nice and level all the way across, and plenty of room for the BFGs and the BMFs.
I'll make it back home. I'm just stuck here in a dream. At the bottom for the old